Is the audible, students? Is the audible? Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So last class we were writing a program on. So we have a location 2200 external RAM location, external RAM. So in that location, we have 4 numbers or 5 numbers or 10 numbers, whatever it may be. So let us take an example of 4 numbers. 04, that means there are 4 numbers. These 4 numbers start from this location, 3, 4. So this is 2, 3, and then 4. It has got certain numbers, 6, 5, 8, 7. So all these 4 numbers has to be added, and the results has to be saved. So it has to be happen in external RAM. In external RAM. So we need to write a program for this. So external means which command we have to use?
MoveX.
The MoveX command we need to use. So let us start the program. So I will write. So let us take move dptr comma hash 2200h. So in this instruction, the dptr means the data pointer will be loaded to 2200h. 2200h. H will be loaded. So in this particular 2200, and there is a number. So this number may be from 1 to 10. So we have from 1 to 10. That means it indicates there are 10 numbers. That's all. There are 10 numbers. So let us take an example that there is 10 here. So this data I'm moving this data to an accumulator. So let us take X. So I forgot X. A at dptr. So that means A will have now, suppose if you have here 10 numbers, means A will have 10. So A is equal to 10 in this. That means it gives the count. How many numbers are present? There are 10 numbers are present. So that is what the meaning. Next, I will take the counter. Counter is move. What is the counter? What is the value of the counter? How many numbers are present? If you take here you have 10 numbers, what is the counter value?
10.
10 is a counter. So I will take 10 as a counter. So that means to say, starting from this location, 2200 location, there is a number, means this number indicates how many numbers are present. The number starts from 2201. There are 10 numbers. So I need to add all these 10 numbers and I have to store the result. So the number starts from 2201 and the numbers are indicated in location 2200. So that's what we have done. In 2200 there is 10 numbers. Now I will increment the dptr. So increment INC. INC DPTR. That means DPTR becomes now how much? How much?
2201.
So that means 2201. So from there I will fetch the data. So 2201 is here. So in this I have maybe data 4 is equal or 3 or maybe 2. There is a data. That data will be pulled up. It will be pulled and it will be stored to accumulator. So what I will do, move X A comma at DPTR. So what DPTR means, this 2201 becomes the address. In that address, what is present? There is a number. That number will be copied to accumulator. So accumulator has got the first value. Let us take the first value as 2. That means here you have number 2. In 2001 you have number 2. So this 2 will be copied to accumulator. Now I want to add this number. I want to add this number with some other number. So what I will do, I will assign a number. That number I will take it as move R1 comma hash 0 0. That means 0 will be added with accumulator. So now what I will do, I will take a command add the content of accumulator with R1. So that means R1 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. So 2 is stored where? 2 is stored where?
Yeah.
In the accumulator. So this is what I've added the first number with the 0. Next, what I need to do? First number is 02, which is stored in 2201. 2201 had a first number 02. It has been added with 0. Next, I want to add what? Next, what I want to do? Next, I want to add with the next number. Saritana? I will add with the next one. So before adding with the next number, so store the result of this addition in R1. So what I will do, I will take move R1 comma A. That means the content which is present in accumulator will be stored in R1. So what is R1 now? R1 is 2. Because 0 plus 2 is 2. So this 2 will be copied to R1. Next, what I want? Next, what is the instruction? I want to take the next number. So what to do? I want to take the next number. What to do?
Increment.
Increment what? Where is the next number stored?
DPTR.
Yeah, DPTR. So increment DPTR. So the location, location will be changed from 0, 1 to it becomes 0. So here may be 4. Now present irbodu. There may be a data 4. That data 4 will be added with this 2. Increment DPTR. Next what? Second loop has to be repeated for how many times?
10.
10 numbers are present. So loop has to be repeated for 10 times or not back. So where the back should be? Where the back should be? Back should be here. It has to take the number and it has to store. Increment DPTR. Now DPTR is how much? 2202. 2202. Data present is 4. So A becomes what? A and ST daily. What is the value of A?
Two.
See, when you have incremented DPTR ST देगा 20 2. When you have increment, first location is how much? 2201. When you have incremented 2202. So decrement jump not equal to 0 or not. What is the value of R not now?
9.
9. So since it is not 0, it won't come back out of the loop. It repeats again. Where to go? It comes here. The cursor will come here. So move x a comma at dptr. What is the dptr now? dptr is still there.
2002.
2202 is there. At 2202, what is the value present?
4.
4. So this 4 will be copied to what? A. So accumulator. So now what is the value of R1? R1 is still there.
2.
2. So now add 2 plus 4.
6.
6 where it is stored. After addition operation, where the result will be stored usually?
Accumulator.
So in the accumulator, so 6 will be stored in accumulator. Next, what we do? From accumulator, where we are copying?
R1.
R1. So R1 is how much now?
6.
6.
6. Increment dptr. What is the dptr value now?
2203.
2203. djnz. That is the R0 value.
8.
8. So now again it comes back to the loop because it is not equal to 0. So dptr value is how much? dptr value is 2203. In 2203, what is the data present? 2203. The data present may be 7. Uncoding. 2203, data present may be 7. So 7, what is the value of A now?
7.
7. 7. So 7, what is the value of R1?
6.
6. 7 plus 6.
13.
13. Where it is stored? Where it is stored in this instruction?
Accumulator.
Accumulator. So A equals 13. So A equals 13. What is the value of R1 now?
13.
13. So you have 13 here. 13. So increment dptr again. What is the value of dptr?
2204.
2204. Now R0 value.
7.
It is 7. dptr is 2204. So in 2204, let us take 2204. There is a value 10. Or else 8. Something, any data. Let us take it as 1. Any data. 1, no, 0, no. So 1 ankoli, for example. Now it comes to this here, back again. So dptr value, dptr is how much? 2204. In 2204, what is the value present?
1.
1. So A equals how much?
13 ಇದೆ.
A equals? Lama. dptr address ಎಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ 2204. 2204 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ?
1.
ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ?
1.
1. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
1.
1 ಆಯ್ತು. A is equal to 1 ಆಯ್ತು. See, confusion ನಾನು ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. You have getting confusion in this command. At command confusion ಇದೆ. At R1 ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? What is the meaning of at R1 specific? Tell me. What is the meaning of at R1? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? Generally.
Pointing RAM location.
Huh?
Pointing RAM location.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. Couldn't properly understand. What you said? See, I'm asking simple question. I say at symbol ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ R1 ಇದೆ. Generally, what is the meaning of that instruction? At means what? First tell me. What at means what?
Indirect addressing mode.
Leave it that I say indirect, immediate addressing mode. Leave those. At means what? First of all, at means address. The symbol at means address. This symbol indicates address ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Then at R1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? At means address. R1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಈಗ ಪಕ್ಕ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. At this address ಅಂತ, go to this address ಅಂತ. At R1 andre go to this address. This is the address, total address. Suppose previously if you take R1 equals 10 anta takondre, now what is this instruction says? This 10 is what?
RAM location.
Address, yeah, address, RAM location. There is no confusion. It is not a data. R1 equals to 10 hexa, maybe data, idu data. This may be a data, you can call this a data, but at R1 is not a data. That means now 10 becomes what? 10 ಏನಾಗೋಯ್ತು? This 10 became what?
Address.
Address. This 10 became address. So same here also, if DPTR is 2204, increment adre, so in 220, now 2204 is what? Here it may be a data, but here it may not be data. Yake? Because you have at symbol. That means 2204 is what? Is what?
RAM address.
It's a RAM address. It's an external RAM address because we are using X. So at this address, what is the data present?
1.
1. So that one will be copied to
Yeah.
A. So accumulator is 1. Accumulator is 1. So this loop will be repeated how many times?
Times.
10 times, because we have taken R0 as 10, and we have assumed that in this location there are how many datas? Yes, data ide illi. How many datas are there?
10.
10. So finally, adding all the 10 numbers, where the result will be stored?
R1.
It is stored in R1. Or else A you can also take. It will be stored in A and R1 both. So from A we have copied the data to R1. Next, I want to save the data to some other locations. What I will do? Suppose let us take the same program. So where the data is stored, where the final result is stored, in accumulator. Maybe it's 211. Maybe the answer 211 is the answer. This is the answer. It is stored in accumulator. Now I want to move this content of accumulator to this address 2300H. What to do? This is the address. This 2300 is the address. I want to move the final result to this address. What is the program? Tell me now. Simple.
Move DPTR, hash 230H.
Yeah, correct. Move DPTR. Okay. First instruction is correct. Hash. Estapa? 2300H. Fine. Next. Next what?
Move at DPTR at A.
Move. Correct.
Move at DPTR A.
Correct. Move at DPTR, comma A. So what is the A? A is what? A has got 211 is the answer. This will be moved to the address of DPTR. So address of DPTR is this one. Only 2 instructions, that's all. What is your written is correct. So this is what the program in order to write. That means in order to define how many numbers are present, it's your wish. Whether it may be, that means in some location you have 10 numbers or 5 numbers or 8 numbers or n numbers. You define yourself at that location, there are so and so numbers are there. So starting from some particular locations, I have placed those numbers one by one below, one by one below. So keep on adding those numbers and getting the final result. So after getting the final result, you can save that particular result in some other address. So this is what a program. Now let us take another example. So we should write a program. So write an ALP. So ALP means assembly language program, assembly language program to read port 1, P1. To read P1 if received data is 20H, if the received data is 20H, send FF means higher bits, all higher bits, to port 2, P2, or else send 00H to port 3. So this is also a program, so simple program. So what we need to take? So first we should read the program. Yeah.
Sir, time agide sir next class.
ನಾನು ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಈಗ ಕಣ.
ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಲಿ ಸರ್ 11:25 ಗೆ ಸರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್.
ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಒಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ನಾನು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ 11:45 ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ
ಸರ್?
ಹಾ
ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು 11:25 ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಇದಾಗೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಟೈಮು.
10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ರು.
ಸರಿ ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ.
So we need to have write a program, write a program to read P1. So we need to read P1 if the received data is 20H. If the received data is 20H, then send FFH to port 2, or else suppose if the data received is not 20H, then send 00H to port 3. It's so simple. So we need to write a program in such a way that the port 1 should read the data. If the data received is 20H, then we have to send FFH to port 2, or else we need to send 00 to port 3. So this is what the program. So first we have to read the port 1. So how to write the read port 1? That means it has to act as an input port. So port 1 should be an input port. What to do? Port 1 should receive the data. That means it should act as an input port. So what we need to write to the port? ಏನಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ? P1 has got how many pins? ಎಷ್ಟು ಪಿನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ P1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ? How many pins you have in port, I say?
Eight pin.
8 pins. Yeah, 8 pins. So if you write to all those pins as 1, it acts as what? It acts as input port. That means I have to write to all the pins of that particular port 1 FFH. Then it acts as input ports. Saritane? That means it is ready to receive the data. Now, I will copy the received data to accumulator. I will copy the received data to accumulator. Now clear C. What is C? C is what?
Carry.
Carry. So C is carry. C is carry. So now I need to convince what the program says. If the received data is 20H, data received is 20H, then send 111111 to port 2 or else send 00000 to port 3. That's all. Now we have received the data from P1. P1 in the data receive marketidi. So P1 acts as input port. That means we have written everything 11111. So we are receiving the data. So the received data is copied to accumulator. Now we have cleared 0. Sorry, we have cleared carry. So carry has been cleared. Now what I will do? I will subtract the received data with this number. What is the number he has told? He has told 20H. What happens? If the received data is 20, what is the result? See, if the received data to the port 1 is 20, what happens after execution of this subtract A, comma as 20, what happens?
DFH.
Huh?
DFH.
No. See, understand the program. Simply don't roam somewhere around. So what we are writing? So we are writing a program to read the port 1. So port 1 is receiving certain data. Port 1 is receiving certain data. So if the received number is 20, then send this number to port 2. Or else send 0 to port 3. That's the program. So we are receiving the data to port 1. So port 1 should act as an input port. So to input port, we need to write FF to all the pins of that particular port. So we are receiving the data. So what the received data is stored to accumulator. Now I've cleared C. Nothing to worry about this. Now I'm subtracting the data. I'm subtracting the data with received data and with data as he mentioned with respect to the program 20. So if the received data is 20 ankondre, if the received data to the port 1 is 20 means what is the execution after execution of this instruction? What is the value of A? If the port receives data 20, so that 20 has been subtracted with what he has mentioned 20H here. So what is the result? Stored in accumulator. What is the value of A?
FFH.
Wrong. Why it is wrong? See, let us take this as port 1. Port 1 has got how many pins? How many pins? P1 has got how many pins?
8 pins.
8.
So it has got 8 pins. So all these pins should act as input pins. So what I should do? So I should write 1 1 to this. Saritane. So 1 1 means FF H. Now this port, when you write this FF, that means it is ready to receive the data. It is ready to receive. It is ready to receive. That means these 1 1 1 1 and 1 1 1 are, it's not a data. It's not a data. This is not a data. The data Allah. To act this port 1 as an input port, I am writing 1 to this port to receive the data. So it starts to receive the data. Suppose I want to act this port as output port. What to do? I will write 0 0. That means this will become 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. That means it will send the data. It is ready to send the data. So there is the meaning. So now what is the value of accumulator here?
20H.
20H. As per the program, it is 20H. It is 20H though, because he has mentioned first to read P1. I want to make P1 as an input port. Modlu port na input port ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. How to make input port? Write one FFF2 all the one ಬರ್ಕೊ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಿನ್ಗೂ. Then it acts as input port. Then it is ready to receive the data. If the data received is 20H, then what is the value of A after this instruction? If the data received is 20H ಆದ್ರೆ, after execution of this instruction, what is the value of A? Subtract A, as 20H. ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? What is the value of A? It is? You know,
0.
it is 0. It is 0. That means it is receiving 20H ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸರಿ ತಾನೆ? ಅದು 0 ಆದ್ರೆ, if the value in the A is equal to 0 ಅಂತ ಬಂದ್ರೆ, that means the received data ಏನು? Here. What?
20H.
20H. Received data is 20H. Now I will take a condition. Jump 0 to loop. So loop ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು? Loop ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. Loop is here. What must be present in loop? Condition ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು program ಅಲ್ಲಿ? If it is 20H, send ಏನ್ನ? FFH to P2. So ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನಾಗ? Move ಏನ್ನ? A, hash FFH. Then what is the next instruction? Move P2, A. That means when the data received is 20, so after execution of this instruction, the A becomes 0. The value present in A is 0. That means the data received is 20. 100% data received is 20. Then it will check for this condition. The content which is present in A is 0 na, then jump to loop. What is the loop? Loop will say that assign accumulated to 11111, then send that data to P2. Now P2 is acting as an input port. Or else, if the data received is not 20, suppose data received is 30 and takoli. What is the value of accumulator now? If the data received is 30 or any data other than 20. Suppose if the data received is 30 and then 30 minus 20. What?
NH.
If the data received is not equal to 20, it may be higher than 20 or lesser than 20, then the accumulator content of accumulator is not equal to
0.
Not equal to 0. At that time, the cursor will not appear here. It comes to the next instruction. If it is equal to 20, then send this data to P2. Or else 20 aglila, then send 00 to P3. So what I have to do? I will take again move A comma what? A comma what? Zero zero. Where I should send this?
Port
P3.
3.
P3. So P3 ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಇದನ್ನ. That's all. That's all the program. That's all. Program is finished. Lcall. Lcall means end. So here the logic is only two instructions. These two are only the logic instructions. That's all. These two are only the logic instructions. Suppose if the data received is equal to 20, after the execution of this instruction, accumulator will be equal to 0. When it becomes 0, it will check for this instruction. Accumulator 0 agidya. Jump if the condition A is 0, then go to loop. Loop then send this data to port 2. Suppose if the data received is not equal to 20, it may be higher than 20 or lesser than 20. Then there will be a content present in accumulator. Accumulator 10, 20, 10, 15, 5, 6, 7, whatever the data. That means it is not equal to 0. Not equal to 0 then it won't come to this. Cursor will not come here. Straight away it goes to the next instruction. The next instruction is what? The 00 has to be moved to port 3. That's all. So that is the only. See, these are all simple programs, but you should have certain logic. That's all. Only 2 to 3 logic instructions you can execute the program. So I think it's enough. So today I will stop here. I will continue in the next class.